Welcome to this episode of Setting Up PaperCut Hive. Today we're going to be embedding a multifunctional device to connect with the Hive application. So let's get started. Now there are a few requirements that we need before we get started. First off, we'll need our own instance of Hive. As we can see here, we're in the same organization or instance that we set up last time. Now switching over to the next tab, I do have a MFD Sharp device here that we will be embedded. Now, if you want to know which other devices are compatible, we could do a quick Google search. PaperCut Hive supported printers. It should be the very first result that comes through. And here, as you can see, we have a list of multifunctional brands that are compatible, along with a few requirements that they need to meet in order to be embedded with Hive. Here I also have a way of accessing the device remotely. That way we can interact with the device and test it remotely in a very easy and simple manner. So now that we have everything, let's go back to the device tab. Let's copy that IP address, and we're going to search for this by clicking on the printers tab on the left hand side under manage. On the search bar, we'll type in the IP address, and here we have the device that we want to embed. Now, one more thing that I do want to mention that I did not earlier is that we do need to be on a computer that is running a Hive node. That way we are able to interact with both the Hive application and the MFD. With that being said, let's click on apps, and we have two different options here. First is the full embedded, which is the fully featured MFD control with print release, card authentication, copier tracking, and more. We also have the light release app, which is more than anything just to release print jobs. It doesn't lock it down. Going back to the full embedded. So moving on down, we see that we have two options, the one-click install and the manual setup. Now, the one-click install makes things really easy and is available for most manufacturers to do the installation, which is what we're going to go ahead and demo right now. So here, if we move on down, we'll go ahead and type in the admin username and the password, click install. And then after a few moments, we'll notice that it went through all of the steps. Should go through steps 1 through 8. And if it's successful, we should get a done. Now here, we'll also be able to refresh the page. Now in our actual environment, it took a few minutes, but after we waited, it was configured and ready to go. Now there are a few different options for, like, example, swipe card and access code. But what we want to do right now is test out printing and releasing a job. So first things first, we're going to go ahead to users, and we're going to check our user's code is. So we'll go to user access, and we're actually going to change the code to something very simple, 1234, and we'll go ahead, save an email. And then the code was sent to the user. Now we could use 1234. So now let's go ahead to the device, and here you can see we can go ahead and log in. So we'll type in 1234, hit OK, and log in, and you can see here that we are ready to go. So notice that we have print release and device functions. So if I had a job, it would show up here. And if we want to make a copy, go ahead, go to device functions, and we could use all of the device functions. If we want to make a copy, go to PaperCut scanning or use any other device application. So what we're going to go ahead and do now is log out. We'll close our connection, and we're going to go ahead and send a quick test job. So first off, we're going to go ahead and go to Notepad, and we're going to go ahead and print a simple test page. We'll make sure to choose the PaperCut printer and hit print. Now, first things first, we're going to go ahead to go to the job log and make sure that that job is being held, and it is being held here by our user. So now we can go back to our device and connect to it once more, typing 1234, hit OK, log in, and as you can see, we now have a job here waiting. So I could print this job, but I'm going to go ahead and delete it since I don't actually need it printed. Hit delete, and we'll delete. And now that we have that ready to go, we can see here if we come back to Hive, refresh the job log, and it would actually show us that the job has been canceled. Okay, so now we know that the embed is working, and is communicating with the Hive application. So now we're going to want to go to Easy Print and Scan so that we could set up our very own integrated scanning workflow. So let's click on integrated scanning, and now we're going to click on add a quick scan. And here, as we can see, all of these options are not set up yet. So to start setting something up, especially since we want to scan to Google Drive, one of the simplest things that we can do, we could click on the add-ons link there, or on the left-hand side menu, we can scroll down and click on add-ons there. Here, we're going to want to go ahead and scroll down until we find that scan to Google Drive option. And here we have it. We're going to click on Learn More, developed by PaperCut Software themselves. Click Add. And here we're going to agree to the terms and conditions and hit Agree. So now that we've added it, we can go ahead, close out this window. And then we'll click on Easy Print and Scan and click on Integrated Scanning so that we could set up this quick scan. So I'll add quick scan. We're going to click on the scan to Google Drive. And we're going to leave the name as is. And there are a lot of options that we can go over here. But right now, we're just going to concentrate on getting the scan job to our email. So after we have reviewed all of the settings, we can simply click on the Save Changes on the top right-hand side. And as we can see here, the scan to Google Drive action has been added and it's toggled on. So now we can go over to our device, and we will log in. Now I have gone ahead and preloaded a job on the feeder. So all we have to do is log in. We're going to click on quick scan on the left-hand side. We will be able to see the scan to Google Drive action, click on it, and it starts the job. Now, after it's done processing, it'll ask us to either scan the next page or finish the job and send it to our email. Go ahead, click send, and scan complete. Now we can go ahead and log out and go to our email to make sure that the job has arrived. So we'll log out and go to our Gmail account. Now, as you can see here, we have received an authorization email from PaperCut. We're going to want to go ahead and click on that authorize button. And here we're going to go ahead, sign in and accept the token so that we can authorize PaperCut to send us scan jobs. Now, if we go back into our inbox, wait a little bit, probably have to refresh the inbox. And here we can see that our scan job has arrived, and we can go ahead, open our scan job. And this is just a simple test page that I scanned in, and it has arrived as expected. And with that, we have successfully embedded a device and set it up with PaperCut Hive. So we thank you for tuning in to this episode and encourage you to tune in next time, where we'll be going over the new Hive feature, Print Queue Deploy, which will help us get the right print queues to the right users. Again, thank you for tuning in and hope to see you next time.